Did you know that there's research out there that says that the average adult makes 35,000 decisions every single day? Can you imagine that? 35,000 a day, Doc?
Grabe ha,
Crazy.
35,000 decisions in a day. Eh kung ako nga lang mag-decide pa lang ng isang decision, hirap na hirap ako. Paano pa kaya yung 35,000 na yan, di ba?
But may mga major decisions sa 35,000 na yan na mag-ripple effect or domino effect the major areas in our lives. So it's almost like a kaleidoscope of
Mm.
decisions, no?
Mm. So, paano nga ba natin mana-navigate yan? What should we do to make smart and better decisions in life?
Yan ang tanong. And that's what we're going to be answering today with Mr. Chink Positive, Chinkee Tan, one of the wealth coaches and content creators in the Philippines who are just on the top of his game right now. On this episode of My Prescription Ba Sa Life, today sponsored by Neurogen E. Speaking of which, they have a voucher code for you at the end of this episode. Wouldn't it be awesome if we had a manual that would help us through life? Well, lucky for you, we have a podcast for it. Welcome and join us as we find out kung may prescription ba sa life? As we sit down with extraordinary people who have a little more experience, life lessons, and wisdom to share to inspire all of us to be just as awesome.
Kwentuhan lang tayo from adulting, food, wellness, staying healthy, love life to loving life and everything else in between.
We're your hosts. I'm Justin Quirino.
And I'm Dr. Shari Chua. Thanks for being here with us today. Samahan nyo kami as we talk about life to find the answer to the question kung may prescription nga ba sa life. Let's get started.
And welcome to our final episode for season 1. My gosh, Doc Shar.
Yes, last episode.
Wow! Sipin mo, naka 10 episodes na tayo.
Yeah, ang bilis, no?
How many times have I seen your face in my Zoom? It's it's always been good though. But you know
Yes,
what?
same.
Today, grabe, I think there's no better person to end our first season than this guy who we're about to have on. I've been following his work for years. Okay, as in
Wow.
years. I've read some of his books. You know, I watch his YouTube channel regularly. Ang dami niyang golden nuggets of
Yes.
wisdom talaga na nabibigay. So today, I'm so excited for everyone to hear our conversation.
Sigurado ako na marami tayong lahat matututunan dito.
We hope that you get your ball pens, phones, tablets, whatever ready. You know, start taking notes because this is a good one. We have with us today someone who can help us in making better decisions, and I'm so excited to talk to him today. Everyone, one of the country's top wealth coaches and motivational speakers and content creators, Mr. Chink Positive himself, Chinkee Tan.
Hello,
Hey!
Chinkee! How are you?
Yes, thank you, Sheree and Justine. Thank you very much for inviting me on your podcast.
First of all, congratulations on almost 2 million YouTube subscribers.
Yes.
Congrats!
Yes, malapit na.
So can you tell us more about what you do? Mas nagko-content creating ka ba or mas madalas ka bang nagsispeaking engagement? And gaano ka na ba katagal sa career mo na yan?
Actually, going back, I started my career in terms of communication and public speaking, I would say in the year 2008. 2008. And the history was, it was because there was a turning point in my life. The turning point was I sold my businesses in the year 2006 because my business is eating up time away from my family. Because of that, I want a better life. And that's the reason why I made a decision to sell all my businesses during that time and switch to another new career. And during that crossroads of my life, when I was confused, I spoke to one of the best mentors and one of the best coaches here in the Philippines by the name of Mr. Francis Kong. And Francis Kong is a prolific writer and communicator. He speaks around 300 speaking engagements per year. And then I asked him, sabi ko, Ninong, ano yung dapat kong gawin? Sabi niya, ano ba talaga yung strength mo? Sabi niya, that's number one. Sabi ko, aside from my good looks,
Yun.
Yan.
diba? Walang ko kontra,
Oo.
Doc, ha? Sana.
Diyan
Oo,
tayo.
hindi talaga.
Diyan tayo.
Oo. Hindi, sabi ko, aside from yun nga, I love to communicate. I'm really gifted in terms of taking something that's very complicated and make it simple for people to understand. And sabi ko, I love really to help change the mindset of people and change and challenge. Sabi niya, oh sige, if that's the case, why don't you tag along? Because that's what I've been doing. So I became his assistant, carried his power laptop, did his PowerPoint for over 6 months. So I was tagging alone. And then every time when he has a speaking engagement of one whole day, he will share stage and give me an hour to speak on a certain
Wow.
topic.
One
Yeah.
whole hour, huh?
Yes.
That's a
So
lot of time then.
yes, it was. Technically, so Francis Kong really paved the way at the same time, really coached me and mentored me in what I'm doing right now. And because of that, he also was the one who encouraged me to write my first book, Till Death Do Us Part, about personal finance, about debt. Right now, I'm a communicator in a sense. I do public speaking also. And aside from public speaking, I also do writing of books. I have right now wrote 14 best-selling books. And then there's another new book that's going to be released this year. So 15 books already. On top of that, it also paved way and opened doors for me. I'm right now a radio and TV personality. I also do blogs for YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. So technically, I post on a daily basis. So we record and we release on a daily basis. On top of that, I have also on my own podcast channel already. And on top of that, I also write for newspapers, for several newspapers here locally. That's basically what I do on a daily basis.
Like my mind is just blown because I mean today we're talking about making life decisions, diba? Like that's a big part of it. But now after hearing you talk, I feel like what we should be talking about is how to budget your time
Oo.
because it seems like master na master ka dyan. How do you do it?
Grabe.
How do you do all of that and keep your sanity? I think that's another that's a big question. How do you do all of that, keep your sanity, and stay enthusiastic doing everything?
Yeah, that's a good question, Justin. I always tell people, specifically when you want to do something, number one, find something that you love to do so that you don't have to work for another day in your life. For me, I don't consider this as work. If you have found already something that you love to do in your life, it seems like that you are fulfilling your calling, your mission in life. And that is the best part, that you get to do what you love. And the best part, you know what, guys, to those who's listening to this podcast, you get paid while doing it.
Yun.
Sort of like you do what you love to do, and then you just get paid to do it in a specific place and time.
Oh,
Diba?
di ba? Ang sarap.
Oo.
Kaya
Yes.
nga, guys, I always want to challenge specifically those listeners right now. I want you to ask yourself this following question in order for you to be guided. If you're doing really what you are really called to do, number one, is the money that you're earning right now can financially provide for your family 5 to 10 years away from now? Is your profession and career?
Mm.
That's the first question. Are the
Mhm.
people that you are working with are still the people that you want to work with 5 to 10 years away from now?
Wow.
Are you really enjoying what you're doing right now? Even if the company doesn't pay you because you love your work, you love your job, you're fulfilling a calling and a purpose at the same time, you are also being able to financially provide for your family. If you say yes, yes, yes to all of those questions, I want to congratulate you. You have already found something that you want to do for the rest of your life.
Woo.
But if your answer is no to one of those questions, what are you doing at the first place? Anong ginagawa mo dyan? Di ba?
Justin,
I'm
anong
taking
ginagawa
notes right now.
natin?
Oh, yeah. See, sabi ko,
Anong ginagawa natin, Justin?
yeah. Grabe talaga when you listen to
Ako din
Chinkee
eh,
Tan.
notes.
Diba? When you listen to Chinkee Tan, I think you better have a notebook out because he's definitely gonna drop some nuggets of wisdom. Because grabe, I mean, you've been working practically your whole life. You started I think at 12 is when you started
Yes.
being a salesman, right?
Yeah, 12 years old, Doctora, and then Justin, I started really young because it was forced not by my parents but by circumstances and situations. My father business collapsed when I was age 12. He was broke. He was depressed for 3 years. I really can vividly see or remember we had a window that was made from wood and then from Capi's shells. So he was always staring through that window. And I really felt really sorry for my dad. And yun nga, he felt that he was a loser and then he cannot provide for his family. So at a very young age, I took upon myself to really start to make some money through sales. And I've realized a lot of things when you don't have money. One thing that I've realized is the word called discrimination. People look at you differently,
Mhm.
treats you differently when you don't have money. That's the reason why it has been my aspiration to become wealthy and rich before I reach a certain age. So I've sold everything. I've been in sales from 12 years old up to the present. And by the grace of God, I was able to hit my first million when I was in my 20s. And and then the reason why I'm sharing this with you, everyone who's listening to this podcast, is because I know how difficult it is to be in financial lack. I know how difficult and challenging, no matter how hard you work, you're not hitting your financial numbers and targets. And it's not your fault. Why? Because this is what I've discovered also in coaching other people. Most often we will hear this phrase, oh, sipag at tiyaga lang. Oh, just be patient. Just work hard and you will reach your dreams. I beg to disagree because we can see carpenters, painters, welders, they really work hard, di ba? But they don't get paid, compensated well. At the same time, hindi naman nagbago talagang buhay nila financially. Di ba? Because it's not enough. Sipag tiyaga is not enough. In order for you to really become successful, you need to make a decision that you need to learn this. Sipag, tiyaga, karunungan, at diskarte. You should also know. Kailangan may alam ka. Like for example, kung carpenter ka, hindi lang dapat carpentry ang alam mo. Welding, painting, tapos masonry, di ba, electrical. So there will come a time you'll be promoted as a foreman since alam mo na lahat. From foreman, pwede ka na bumuo ng grupo, di ba? Tapos pag grupo na kayo, akyat bahay na kayo.
Ayun. Dun
Maling,
kaya
dis-
yaman.
maling diskarte yun. Maling diskarte yun.
Diskarte.
And then from there, you can become a contractor, a small
Oo.
contractor. From a small contractor, you become a developer. Di ba? In other words, nag-i-improve ka.
I used to be in like networking companies before, diba?
Mhm.
And that was always a good opener for them, diba? They'd be like, oh, diba, sipag at syaga, may nilaga, diba?
Huh?
Or parang yayaman ka sa sipag at syaga, diba? Eh, yung jeepney driver, masipag ba siya? Oo. Tiyaga ba? Oo. Mayaman? Hindi.
Hindi.
Kasi
Mm.
kulang yung sipag at syaga. Kailangan sipag, tiyaga, at right opportunity. At ito na ang right opportunity na hinahanap nyo.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
People always say, you just need to find the right opportunity.
yeah.
I agree and also disagree. Do you want to
Mm.
know why?
Okay.
Why? People is listening to this podcast. Even if you are presented with the right opportunity,
Mhm.
but if you are the wrong person, it's still the wrong opportunity. Oh,
Oh.
if you don't have the right knowledge, if you are not the right, you don't have the right skills, you don't have the right resources, you are not the right person. Probably this is a quote probably that you might want to bring home. No? If we want to put it on a tablet or a capsule. Opportunity comes to those who are prepared.
Ooh. Opportunity comes to those who are prepared.
Make sure that you are already prepared. So once the opportunity presents itself, you grab, you grab for it, you reach
Mm.
for it, right?
Mm. Yes. On that, what kind of related? They say that you fall to your highest level of preparation. Also,
Mm-hmm.
you don't rise to your level of expectation. You
Mm-hmm.
fall to your highest level of preparation. How can people find what they're really passionate about? Like, how can you differentiate something that maybe I like versus something I'm passionate about and this should be my career?
You know what? That's one. probably question that often graduate or probably will hear keynote speakers speak even on a graduation. Find your passion, follow your passion, and then don't give up. You know what? Let me be honest with you, Doctora. My passion when I was still young, I want to become a PBA player. Yan ang passion ko. But there's one problem. I'm 5'5".
Ayun na nga. Kinulang.
Yun lang.
So even if that was my passion or is my passion, but I'm not built for it. It's not my core competence. It's not my skill. Probably I enjoy doing it. I love doing it, but I don't think I will be competent, and I will excel on that area. So this is one thing that I've realized. Rather than for following your passion, maybe that it's not your strength, you find first your strength. What are you good at? Okay, so that you won't have a hard time really turning the strength to become your passion, right? So, like for example, ever since I was young, one thing that I really love to do, Doc Sheree and Justin, is really I really love to help people. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I love to help people who are in debt and living in financial stress.
Ah.
Di ba?
So, that's your way of alleviating their plight then.
In my own little way, yung parang pinaka-heart ko talaga, yung core ano ko talaga is more of service, helping.
Yes, to help.
Yes.
So when I discovered that God has given me the gift in terms of, again, paano ko na-develop yung gift na yan is through trials and challenges. Through what I went through, it's the school of hard knocks. I turned my, again, strength to become my passion. This will be a life-changing podcast for you.
Mhm.
Yun. Gusto natin.
Gusto ko yan. Life-changing.
Go lang, Chinkee.
You need really to make really conscious decisions in your life. And then, when it comes to decision making, di ba? Doc, siguro, ito na, ako na magtatanong. How long will it take for a person to change sa palagay mo? How long?
Ako, depende yan kung willing din yung tao to change.
Oh.
Diba?
Tama.
Kasi kahit sabihin ko, magbago ka, kung ayaw naman niya, edi wala tayong magagawa, diba?
True.
How about you, Justin? Siguro, how long sa palagay mo? Yung parang yung turning point ng isang tao para magbago, how long?
Hala. May point si Doc Sheree. Number one, gusto ba? Diba? Pero pag gusto,
yes,
depende sa level of commitment, I guess. And sa opportunities to change. Diba? Kasi what if I'm living in a perfectly comfortable life? Let's say I'm super rich and I don't have to worry about food, diba? But I want to have let's say I want to have a good body. Gusto ko maka six pack. Pero wala naman akong need. So technically, motivation ko, wala naman. Diba? So I think it would also depend on, yun nga, ano yung circumstance. And what is your level of commitment to that goal? Also based on the opportunities around you. So, hindi ko rin masabi.
Yeah. It will only take a moment of decision, a few seconds of decision for you to change your life. Maybe the process may be long because you're prolonging it, you're procrastinating, you're ignoring it, you're not doing anything about it. But on that day, on that turning point of your life that you said, enough is enough. I don't think this is right already. It will just take you a moment, my friends, a moment. From that point of a moment of decision, then the process, yes, it may take long. I'm not saying it will be overnight, but it will only take you a moment of decision. Again, that point of realization is a moment, but the process after that will take time. Siguro isa ng illustration, no, para mas ano natin, na I remembered na ano, 'di ba? Sometimes when you're lost and you're looking for direction, na wala pang ways, 'di ba? You're not sure if it's north or south. And there was one time, we were going towards isang parang rice field, no, papunta kami probinsya. So ano na, 30 minutes na kami bumabiyahe. So the roads get narrower and narrower. Parang feeling ko may mali na. But it took us a moment of decision. Sabi ko, stop. magtanong tayo. And truly enough, mali kami.
Parang saving grace nyo dyan is yung humility din no? It was, okay, alam mo, mali tayo or mukhang mali, let's ask, right? Let's ask for help.
Hindi, totoo yan guys. No? The reason why sometimes people are having a hard time getting out of their situation, whether it's emotional, mental, financial, relational, or even yun nga, yung parang spiritual state nila is because they are afraid, number one. They are afraid to take risks. Number two, they have fear of what other people might say. Or number three, because they just don't know how. And number four, because some people say nahihiya silang magtanong. Pero alam mo, it's not really hiya honestly, guys. Hindi dahil sa nahihiya ka, dahil meron kang pride. Hindi, yun eh. That's the reason why some people are really
Yeah.
stuck at their situation.
May pride ba sa puso ko? That's the question. Well, the answer is yes. I think all of us
Yes,
know to some degree.
Oo,
We're all,
Meron.
meron.
there's that resistance to change, right?
Mm-mm.
Especially if we know that if it's good for us. Pero alam mo yung alam mo din na mahirap. So if you know that something is hard or na magiging masakit siya, then iiwasan mo rin.
Si Justin nagre-reflect na.
I guess the other rubrics for decision making, Chinky, in our life, like how can people make easier decisions in their life? I think that's the big question.
Decision making process are really crucial. I always tell people garbage in, garbage out. Wrong input, wrong output. It doesn't really matter how sincere you are in what you believe. If you are sincerely wrong in making your decision, it does not make it right.
Yeah.
Ganun kasimple lang naman eh. Parang, okay, paglaban mo yung gusto mo. Paglaban mo yung paniniwala mo. Buhay mo yan eh. And I will not prove you wrong. It's your life. But ito lang siguro, no? And I hope guys that you will take down notes. I've learned this, I think, from the author called Andy Stanley. In the decision-making process, you just need to ask yourself 3 questions. Write this down. It's a 3-question test, past, present, and future. It's very simple. Okay, when you say past, based on your past mistake, past hurts, past failures, past experiences, is this a right decision to make? Based on your present situation, circumstance, okay, environment, financial situation, okay, or emotional state, is this the right decision to make? And the third question, based on your future hope, aspirations, and dreams in your life, is this a right decision to make? If there is one no to that question, you should already tell yourself, convince yourself to stop. However, sometimes there's a fail-safe button for some people. There's an override button. And that button is when you allow emotions to make the decision for you.
Nako.
Oh, di ba?
Nako.
Tanungin natin kay doktora, di ba?
Dapat, gamitin mo na lang utak mo.
Sorry.
Gamitin mo
No,
na
di
lang
ba?
utak.
Hindi, ang hirap niyan. Alam mo, guys,
totoo.
it's easier said than done. Like for example, sinabi mo, simula sa araw na ito, magda-diet na ako. Pagpasok mo sa office, bigla na lang sabi ng boss mo, lika, kakain tayo spiral, sagot ko.
Hala.
Libre.
Ano sasabihin ng feelings mo? Bukas na lang, napaka-legalistic ko naman.
You know what's so funny? Because what you were saying, Chink, alam ko yung sagot. Tama ka, alam ko yung sagot. No, dapat, diba? But for example, with that last that last example that you gave, diba? The diet ako. Pero inibita ako ng boss ko for spiral, gano'n, diba? Then for me, it's not just eating. It's that's fellowship din with the boss, diba? That's good
tama.
opportunity din. So the whole legalism thing na parang hindi na magiging legalistic, di ba? I'd still go, right? And then I'll just say, I'll just work out tomorrow. Maybe I'll just work out more tomorrow.
Kaya guys, I want to challenge you, no? I think question na siguro do you want to have a better value in your life? Do you want to have a better, di ba, life? Di ba? So you just need to find You just need really to challenge yourself, making the right choice and decision.
So I guess that there's value in training your emotions, no?
Yeah, indeed. Guys, if you really want to really change your emotional state, your mindset, What you need to change, kaya nga it doesn't work eh. Yayaman ako, yayaman ako, yayaman ako. hindi mag-work yun. Bakit? Kasi that's the logic eh. Changing the logic will not change anything. What you need to change is your subconscious, the emotional state.
Mm.
Oh, like for example, sige, sulat mo, okay, ito yung exercise ha guys. For example, you have a weight issue. Siyempre, like, papayat ako. Yan yung ano, di ba, declaration mo, papayat ako. Di ba? Tapos, you have a financial issue. Di ba? Yayaman ako. Di ba? So, sige, okay, fine. Pagkasulat mo niyan, you turn that statement into a question. Ba't ako papayat? Ba't ka papayat? Sulat mo. Give me 5 reasons. Ba't ka papayat? Number 1, I cut down on my carbo. Number 2, nag-IF na ako. Number 3, nag-exercise na ako. Number 4, I stop taking sugar. And then number 5, di ba, nag-exercise na ako. Yayaman ako. Turn it to a question. Bakit tayo yayaman? Kasi number 1, nag-aaral na ako. Number 2, nagre-research ako. Number 3, I'm trying to upgrade my skills. Number 4, I'm looking for coaches and mentors. Number 5, I'm enrolling at courses. Yun yung 5. So ngayon, gawin mo na. Di ba? Meron ka ng plan. Di ba? So ngayon, sinabi mo ngayon, papayat ako. Ba't ka papayat? Kasi in the subconscious, sinabi mo na eh. Kasi ginagawa ko na ito eh. Nag-exercise na ako, nagaganon na ako. So, ang mangyayari niyan, even the mind is telling you, hindi ka papayat. No, it's impossible na hindi ako papayat. Kasi ginagawa ko na ito. Yayaman ako. Hindi ka yayaman, di ba? May maririnig ka pa rin negative. Hindi, paano ako yayaman? Nag-aaral na ako. Nag-uumpisa, kumikita nga na ako, nakakaipon na nga ako ngayon. Paano ako di yayaman? So what you need to change is not the one on the outside, but what you need to change first is in the inside. Once you change the outside, automatically, the outside will also change itself.
Ano kaya yung parang success rate na tama yung napag-decidean mo kung ginamit mo yung emotions mo?
Oh, parang roulette yan, ha? Almost.
Okay, your success rate when you make decision based on your emotions will be 99% fail.
Fail.
Ito lang, let me ask you this question. Probably the people who are listening right now. Have you ever recalled na talagang emotionally upset ka, inis ka, galit ka, and you made a decision? Galit ka sa kaibigan mo. And you want to settle it. At the height of your inis, galit, kinausap mo siya. You want to say the right things but the wrong things comes out from your mouth. And then, na ano pa yan? Na antagonize pa yan kasi hindi niya inamin. Lalo ka pang nainis. Diba? You want to reconcile, you want to pero grabe naman to. Ako na nga nagpapakumbaba eh. Pinabaliktad pa niya yung sitwasyon. Diba? And then sooner or later, you regret what you said.
Nasa huli talaga ang pagsisisi.
When you make an emotional decision.
They say that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom, diba? Knowledge, you know what the right thing is, pero wisdom is pinapractice mo.
Yeah, because knowledge without application is just only information, but knowledge with application becomes wisdom. Ang importante, number 1, you know your purpose in life. Number 2, you are living your purpose in life. And number 3, you are contributing to the lives of others. That is the most important thing for me.
Know your purpose, grow in that purpose.
Yes.
And contribute to others.
Yes.
For Chinkee, you can reach him in so many of his social media channels. Napaka-active, and he posts like at least one video on his YouTube every single day, which has a lot of value, of course. And then he has his. You still have your website, sir? No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Netflix for those who want to.
The Netflix of financial education called ChinkTV.com. And especially people or OFW who wants to learn about finances. I curated already things that they should know about savings, budgeting, getting out of debt, and investment.
And speaking of curation, Doc Sheree is an expert at curating fast questions to ask our guests in a segment that we like to call Fast Doc. Now, Chinkee Tan, what's going to happen right now is Doc Sheree is going to watch your dance moves very closely. No, I'm just kidding. She's going to ask you 10 questions in rapid succession, and you have to answer it as fast as humanly possible. Chinkee Tan, are you ready?
Kahapon pa, ready. Kahapon
Kahapon
pa.
pa, Doc Sheree, are you ready?
Ready!
Fast Doc in 3, 2, 1.
Which is better, cash or charge?
Cash.
To be an employee or own a business?
Business.
Favorite food that you're willing to spend money on?
Chinese.
Best way to discover better investment opportunities?
Learning.
Biggest decision you've made so far?
Marrying my wife.
Aww.
What is success for you?
Helping others and fulfilling your calling in life.
Top 3 attitudes you need for success?
Attitude, optimism, and then tenacity and consistency.
One lesson you learned that changed your life?
Learning from other people's mistakes.
Life decision you didn't regret making?
Investing in myself.
Ooh.
Best vitamin B complex supplement for nerve repair, protection, plus mental sharpness?
Tatanungin pa ba yan niya? Eh di Neurogen Ina. Yes.
Ay! Chinkee Tan!
Thank you, Chinkee.
Ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much again, Neurogen E, for making this episode possible. Grabe, really value for your money, Neurogen E. It's got everything you need, man. Chinkee, before we let you go, we want to ask, do you have any parting words for our listeners here?
I did my best, but I think my best wasn't good enough. So here we are back where we were before. Ayun na.
Galing.
Hindi. Kasi kinantaan ako ni Justin eh. Siyempre, sasabayan mo dapat. No, you know what? First, I had fun really for doing this. Thank you very much, Dr. Sheree, Justin.
Thank you.
And I just like to appreciate all of the listeners and I just want to encourage you. Ako parating ko sinasabi, ang pagyaman ay napag-aaralan. That's the reason why if you really want to improve your financial life, all you need to do is just improve your financial IQ. You will never go wrong. By the way, I want to give you something for free. I want to give you a free webinar. Okay, a free webinar.
Ooh.
And I want to reveal to you the 4 secrets of the rich. Ang 4 na sikreto ng mga yaman. Ba't lalo silang yumayaman? All you need to do is just go to chinkfree.com. That's CHINKFREE.com. And this will be a 1.5 hour webinar. Okay? This is a paid webinar but I'm going to give this to you guys for free.
Love it. May gift pa. Galing kay Chinkee Tan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chinkee Tan! Ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Woo! Grabe. Grabe. Doc Shar.
Yes.
I can't. Oh my gosh.
Grabe nga, Justin.
Woo! Dami nun!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So, Justin, may prescription ba sa life? Parang sobrang daming prescriptions nito sa buhay natin, no?
Yung prescription ni Boss Chinkee Tan, no?
Chinkee.
Madami yan. Kumbaga yung reseta niya, it's fully stacked. That kind of thing. Like I was taking notes the whole time. And I hope that you guys are listeners, you're doing the same thing. I guess the biggest thing for me would be yung rubric, yung 3 questions na yan, diba? Based on my past, based on my present, based on my future, diba? Is this the right thing to do? Yes or no, right? And do it for each, right? So I think that's a very, very good rubric. And diba? Is this the right decision to make, diba? And do we have the willpower or even the support systems in our lives to help us battle the emotions that keep us from making the right decisions. What about you, Doc Shar?
Grabe, nakaka-inspire lang talaga si Chinkee, no? And talagang yung passion niya to help. Imagine 12 years old pa lang, nag-work na siya to help his
True.
family, diba?
True.
Na yun din na you will realize talaga a lot of things when you don't have money. Diba? And grabe din daw yung naging discrimination, diba? And yun din, kung may gusto ka talaga ma-achieve talaga sa buhay mo, hindi enough yung sipag at tiyaga lang.
Mm-mm.
Dapat andun yung sipag, tiyaga, karunungan, and diskarte sa buhay. Yes. And sabi nga
Yes.
ni Chinky, opportunity comes to those who are prepared. So make sure you're already prepared.
Yeah, very nice. And of course, to make sure that you're prepared for the preparation, I think it would help if you did supplement with some B vitamins. What are some of the no? What are
Yeah.
some of the benefits again, Doc Shar?
Well, important talaga to take vitamin B complex with E. Hindi lang yan for making sure that the body cells are functioning properly, but it also maintain healthy skin cells, brain cells, and other body tissues. And syempre, para mas improve talaga ang mental sharpness.
There you have it. So if you want to have the mental sharpness of one Chinkee Tan, then by all means, do get some Neurogen E, a vitamin B complex supplement for relief against nerve damage and improved mental sharpness, added with vitamin E. Thank you so much, Neurogen E, for being the sponsor of our final episode of the season. But don't forget, available din yan saan? Ulit?
Sa ating mga suking drugstores, but also through the
Yan.
Unilab Lazada flagship store and Shopee flagship store. Kaya add to cart na and grab your medicine needs on Shopee or Lazada. And speaking of, here are the voucher we promised you. Upon checkout, enter the code UNILAV501 for August to September purchases and UNILAV502 for October to December purchases to get discounts on your next purchase when you shop through the Unilab Shopee flagship store.
There you have it. Once again, Unilab 501 for August to September and Unilab 502 for October to December. And if you want to receive trusted information and tips about health and nutrition, get exclusive discounts and promos on selected Unilab products, well, you can sign up now and be a member of Unilab Health Plus. Visit www.unilab.com.ph or head on over to our My Prescription Ba Sa Life Facebook and Instagram page to get the Health Plus link and register for free. And that's a wrap for our first season of My Prescription Ba Sa Life.
Yes!
Woo! Grabe lang,
Grabe, no?
Sheree.
I can't believe this is our last episode.
Oh.
Diba?
I know, Sheree. You know, it's been... I've learned so much talking
Ako
to you
din. Ako
and our
din.
guests. You know. No, but really,
Parang
it's-
naiiyak ka na natatawa ka eh, no?
no, but it's been a lot of fun for us. Stop the music.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun. You know, it definitely, we learned so much. You know, we got to make new friends, right?
Yeah.
Masasabi na natin na friend natin si Ian Veneracion, di ba?
Yeah. Parang
but we had,
Ian.
Papa Ian, di ba? No, he was, you know, talking about multi-hyphenates. Of course, we have Doc Earl Sampio as well. We're
Yes.
talking about love at
Love.
first swipe, you know?
Uh-huh.
We had Mark Magnifico,
Magnifico.
Magsayo.
Uh-huh.
Yes, talking about, you know, the things that they don't tell you about being an athlete. Ano pa? Sino pa? Si Benedict.
Benedict
Kua.
Kua.
Oo.
Yan. Biggest surprises of adulting nobody prepared you for.
That's
Yun,
right. That's
oo.
right. Diba? And then, of course, Ding Dong Dantes. You know, parang Ding Dong Dantes as well.
Yes. Oo.
Talking about the, you know, not just going through pain, but rising above it, right? And then, of course, we had the founder of Let's Eat
Let's
Pare,
eat
Mr.
pare.
Mark Del Rosario as well.
Yeah.
So, do check
Yung
out
mga-
all these episodes. Oo.
Yung mga food hacks that will change your
Oo.
life. Mm-mm.
Diba? And then, of course, Esnir. We had Esnir as well. About Pinoy health superstitions.
Uh-huh.
Joy Spring. We were talking about self-care tips.
Self-care.
Diba? And then, of course, we had Addy Kotz
Addy.
himself. Super cool, super trendy Addy Kotz. Yes, yes, yes. On exploring happiness. And, of course, today...
Chinkee Tan.
Chinkee Tan, Chink Positive, diba? Secret to making smarter and better decisions. Grabe.
Tama.
Grabe.
Grabe. Ang bilis, no? Thank you so much for listening to us all the way to the end.
To the end. Ano? Tapos na ba tayo? Ano ba?
Sana hindi pa.
Joke lang. No, but we hope you enjoyed our episodes. You know, we hope you learned something. Hope you took down notes also. Please do share it with us as well. Send it to us at My Prescription Ba Sa Life on Facebook and Instagram. And hopefully, you know, we give you answers kung may prescription ba talaga sa life. Diba? And of course, do subscribe and follow at Malinyo. You'll get a sneak peek into our season 2. Abang-abang lang for all of that. But one thing's for sure, we will have new content, new celebrity guests, and a fun Kwentuhan season. So stay tuned. And again, thank you so much. Till our next Kwentuhan here on My Prescription Basa Life. Once again, I'm Justin Quirino.
And I'm Dr. Sherry Chua.
See you in
Season 2!
Bye, everybody.
Bye!